I recently disembarked on a Norwegian Fjords cruise on Sky Princess in late May 2024, and I thought I would share some current drink prices. While this is not exhaustive, I hope you find it helpful if you are researching for an upcoming Princess Cruise Line sailing. I did have the Princess Plus package, so drinks up to $15 were included. If you have the Princess Premier package, your covered value jumps to $20. If you want to drink beyond your dollar limit, you pay the difference plus 18% gratuity. But even with the $15 limit, I didn't find myself having a lack of choice. We'll start with the general bar menu. You can order these just about anywhere. There's a tropical section with drinks like a punch, Mai Tai, and these are $10. A lot of people apparently were asking about painkillers, which maybe a bartender could make, but that's not a guarantee. Frozen drinks will be $10 to $12. Margaritas will be $11 to $19, so one of these options would not be covered by the Plus package. Martinis will be $10 to $15. Classics are $9 to $19, with the Mermaid Mimosa, Strawberry Fields, Melon Sour, and Peach Tea Smash covered by Premier but not Plus. Beers, ciders, and hard seltzers on board were generally $7 or $7.50. The menu weirdly did not have mocktails and sodas with prices. On the room service Ocean Now delivery menu, juices were $2.50, mocktails were $7, Red Bull was $4.99, soda cans were about $2.50 to $3.50, fountain soda refills were $2, a 500 milliliter mineral water bottle was $2.50, and a 1.5 liter water bottle was $4.99. Then for wines by the glass, menus typically were separated out by what you could get covered by a Plus package versus a Premier package. They had Prosecco, usually one Rosé, a Pinot Grigio, Riesling, Sauvignon Blanc, and Chardonnay for white, and for red, a Pinot Noir, Shiraz, Merlot, Cabernet Sauvignon, Malbec, and a blend. The Premier wines by the glass are a bit fancier, you get to know the growing location and brand, but roughly the same choices, just a bit elevated and slightly expanded menu. For spirits, there were plenty to pick from and prices ranged a lot. Most of them were in the $8 to $10 range, but some more expensive spirits could set you back $14 to $16 or so. The Ocean Now app also seemed to have a larger selection available, with some pricier options if you're looking for a nice scotch on the rocks, for example. Bellini's bar on Deck 5 midship typically opened at 7 a.m. and focused on bubbly concoctions. The menu here is a bit small, but it's well curated. All of the Rob Floyd collection stays within the Plus pricing, but the Royal Bellini favorite is $22, as are the Champagne Rosé and the Classic Champagne Cocktail. Plus, of course, you can get some wines here, including a $13 glass of Brut Cuvée I personally did not see generally available across the ship. You might have to come to the Bellini's for that one. Another great location is the Crown Bar Grill, situated just outside of Crown Grill on Deck 7 aft. This usually opened around 3:30 p.m. My menu footage turned out super grainy, so sorry about that. But their signatures were $10 to $11, martinis were mostly $10 to $15, with the Amaretto Manhattan being the exception at $18. Luscious libations were primarily $10 to $15, with the Salted Watermelon Margarita and the Peach Tea Smash being $19 each. And time-honored classics were $10. Good Spirits is located on Deck 6 midship and opened around 11 a.m. on sea days, but not until 4 p.m. on port days. They also had a cocktail experience demonstration pretty much every day at 4 p.m. and 5:30 p.m. That's when the Good Spirits specialty cocktail menus are put out. Whether you can get these fantastic drinks outside of that time, from about 4 p.m. to 6:30 p.m., I think depends on who's working at the bar. So if you want to be sure to snag these drinks, prioritize heading to Good Spirits in the early evenings. The Good Spirits menu did not have prices. I'm not sure what these would be a la carte. I had the Plus package and did not incur a charge for any of these cocktails, so that tells me they're all either $15 or under. Next, let's look at Take 5, which is a jazz lounge on Deck 6 forward. Bar service did not typically start until 4:30 p.m., except on embarkation day it opened at 10:30 a.m. The new releases section had quite a variety, with most being $10 to $15, just the Strawberry Fields exceeding the Plus package at $16. For Take 5 Originals, these were all $10 or $11. Chart toppers were primarily still in the $10 to $11 range, but had a couple of pricier options at $19. Then the Take 5 Spirits list is considerably expanded for scotch and whiskey compared to the generic bar menu. And if you like, you can get a glass of wine at Take 5. The wine by the glass menu is again split between Plus and Premier. On to venues I did not really frequent. Vines is a wine bar on Deck 5 just off the main piazza. It's nice, but I was perfectly happy with the generic wine I got with dinner every night, so didn't feel the need to go here. Vista Lounge hosted events and has a bar in the back. From what I could tell, it was just the generic bar menu. And this is located Deck 7 aft, so I found myself just grabbing something from Crown Bar Grill to take into Vista Lounge. Princess Live on Deck 7 midship has a bar, but again, just generic drinks from what I can tell. Though you can get nice coffees and teas here, which you can also get at the World Fresh Marketplace Buffet on Deck 16 and the International Cafe on Deck 5 midship. So this is a good stop for a coffee, but I don't really drink coffee and therefore didn't stop at this bar. There are pool bars, the Retreat Bar on Deck 17 forward with the adults only pool, and the Seaview Bar on Deck 16 midship with the main pools. These usually open between 9 and 11 a.m. and close by 5 or 6 p.m. weather permitting. I believe these are the generic bar menu. And because this was a Norwegian Fjords cruise, not a warm weather cruise, I just didn't find myself near these options very often. In addition to coffee, the World Fresh Marketplace on Deck 16 does have a juice bar, usually open fairly early morning until noon or mid-afternoon, and those will cost between $8 and $12. I know this was not 100% comprehensive, but I hope you found it helpful. Having the Plus package, I did not feel particularly limited. I think you would probably have to be particular about your wines or a big fan of top shelf liquors for sipping to feel like you needed the Premier package with the $20 limit. Thanks for watching and happy sales!